everyone. So I am in my car. I'm about to go to my mom's house. So my parents are divorced, so I spend some time at my dad's house, some time at my mom's. But I am about to head there, and I just thought I would give a little update for what I'm planning to do today. So I did not read any more last night. Basically midnight hit and I went right to bed. And so I am planning on reading more of The Midnight Bargain, but then also starting The City We Became by N.K. Jemisin. On top of that, I want to film my videos for the week, edit, hopefully, at least tomorrow's video. I have to edit tomorrow's video, and then go from there. Okay, hi guys, it's 3:30. I haven't talked to you guys in a while, but that's because I've been doing a lot. I finished filming 3 videos, and I got lunch, and I've read 50 pages of The City We Became, which I am enjoying, but I'm only 50 pages into it, so I don't have much to say. But so far, the people, we've only seen 2 people, one of which I don't know which borough he's supposed to be, but the other one's Manhattan. And they're already fighting, Manhattan's already fighting the bad guy, who I know because of like Reagan from Prue's Project has said it, is like the ultimate Karen. But we haven't really met the bad guy yet. But I'm really excited to keep reading, so I'll let you know when I get further in. Hi everyone, it's 10:13. I have not updated in a while, but I want you to know that I edited a video that's gonna go live tomorrow, which is Monday. So if you haven't checked out my BookTube newbie tag, definitely go check it out. And I've also gotten to page 227 of The City We Became. I'm really, really liking it. Basically nothing's changed since what I told you, but we've met everyone and I'm super excited to see where it goes. And for Avatar: The Last Page Turner, this was to read a book with a black main character by a black author, and there's definitely black main characters. There's 5 main characters and 2 or 3 of them are black. And 3 of them are black, and I'm really, really liking it. I can't wait to see where it goes from here. This will probably be my last update of the night, just because it's getting late and both of my mom and stepdad are probably gonna go to sleep. But I might, if I finish it, I might try and check back in. It is 12:03 and my first video is live. Okay, so this is gonna be definitely my last update for the night. I have 58 more pages to go in The City We Became. I'm loving it. It's definitely coming to a head. Can't wait to see what happens next. I am going to try and finish it, but I might not because I do have to get up early. I'm not an early person, but I have to get up early for work because all of my equipment is at my dad's house, and so I have to go there every day for the work day from 8 to 5. And then I've got stuff to do during lunch. Usually I take my lunch and I read, but I have to do some tax stuff tomorrow, so I probably won't be reading until later. And I would really rather just have to finish The Midnight Bargain tomorrow, but we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, it's late and both of my mom and stepdad are asleep, so I'm gonna have this be the last update so that I don't wake them up. And I will talk to you in the morning with my thoughts on The City We Became. I'll chat with you tomorrow. Good night. Hi everyone, it is Monday, it's almost noon, and I thought I took a break from work really fast to tell you a little bit about my thoughts and feelings on The City We Became. So I was able to finish it last night, and I did really end up enjoying it. I really liked the characters, I really liked the plot, I liked how unique each character was, but how when they came together they really kind of worked really, really well together, and they completed each other. The big thing that I just got a little confused about was the ending. I thought that the ending was a little super vague. I thought that it kind of didn't really explain anything. Like, yeah, it was able to wrap up one part of the plot, but it was a kind of a smaller part of the plot, and I don't even know what happened with the bigger plot. I did give it a 5 out of 5 stars on Goodreads, but I think because the ending was so weird and I just didn't get it kind of at all, I think I'm gonna really give it like a 4.5 out of 5 stars because I liked the characters, I liked the plot, and I really liked the villain, but the ending was just kind of weird and felt really, really out of the blue and just didn't really make sense with the rest of the book. But now I'm just going to read, I'm gonna finish The Midnight Bargain, which I started on Saturday, and I haven't gotten anywhere else in it. I'm just working, but I am getting through The Rook, which I didn't update you yesterday, but I did end up reading 2 hours and 45 minutes of it, or listening to, and I'm really, really liking it still. I think it's just really good. It's starting to get really supernatural, and I'm just really enjoying it, and I'm really excited to continue listening. So, something super exciting happened. I got approved for an arc of Unbirthday by Liz Braswell. I am so excited. But now I do have to fit it into my TBR because the archive date is September 1st and I have to read this. I'm so excited. So it is 9/12 and I just got home because I went to my friend's house. She had a little bit of a graduation party from college. And so I hung out with her and her partner and a bunch of friends, and it was a lot of fun. But I just got home, I just ate dinner, and now I'm going to pick up The Midnight Bargain and finish that. Yeah, so I wasn't planning on updating until either I finish the book or tomorrow, but I'm panicking. I am panicking. It's so good. It's so good. You have to read this book when it comes out. It's so good. But I'm also full-blown panic, and I'm really, really sad and aggravated, and I'm just, it's bringing out like all of the bad emotions, but it's supposed to. Like, you're not supposed to be happy, and I'm just sad. I'm so sad. And I'm like literally about to cry. I don't cry very easily, but this is just making me so angry in a good way. Like, you're supposed to be angry, and it's making me so emotional, and I'm just so scared. I'm so scared for our main character. It was amazing. It was just really, really good. I wish the epilogue had been its whole own book. So this was definitely a standalone. And I think it definitely could have been a duology with them trying to with what happened at the end of the first book. I think it would have been really interesting, and I think it would have made for a great second novel to expand more on the world itself. But just so good. So good. 5 out of 5 stars. Absolutely. I think this book's going to stick with me for a long time. Please read it when it comes out, or if you have the chance to get the arc, please read it. It was so good. Tomorrow I am starting The Queens of the Conquest by Alison Weir, which is for like Muggle studies read a nonfiction, or history of magic read a nonfiction. One of the two. It's definitely read a nonfiction. And it takes place in early, like mid 1000, like 1000 AD. It's like 1066 or something, and it follows William the Conqueror, and I think Edward II, King Edward II or the Third or something, and like I think it follows their wide. I also, gotta be honest, I love this cover. I don't know why. I love the unicorn, and I love the lady, and I like the color scheme. Let's see, the unicorn, the lady, I like the blues and the reds. And this goes towards, for the Avatar readathon, Avatar Last Page Turner, something like that. This goes towards the Water Tribe prompt to read a book with blue on the cover. And again, there's blue. Half of the book is blue. So let's talk about maybe a little bit about what I'm going to read next. So after Queens of the Conquest, which is... Queens of Conquest was for arithmancy, which I just never expect for arithmancy to be read a nonfiction. And then I think I'm going to pick up the second prompt for Charm. So the first prompt was Lady Rogue, which I read. I think then I'm going to pick up the second prompt, which is set in winter, and I'm going to go with an arc called Where Dreams Descend. I'll see you in the morning. Hi guys, so it's the next day. Good morning. It's almost noon now, so it's not exactly morning anymore. But I have listened to more of The Rook. I'm loving it. I'm really, really, really into it, and I can't wait to watch the TV show after I finish this, because I'm just loving it. Really, really good. But I have come up with an idea to just solve all my problems. So I'm trying to, so I had on birthday, well, no, I had Straight On Till Morning on my TBR, but then I got on birthday, and I really want to read books that I own and arcs that I have, and so I switched out Straight On Till Morning with On Birthday for an author whose name starts with B. Liz Braswell is the same author. But then, because of Avatar, The Last Page Turner, there's a prompt to read a book with water, and no book that I have on my TBR had water besides Straight On Till Morning, until I realized I have finished all of the Lumberjanes volumes. And there's still a place where it's like read a short book or something. And so I chose Goldie Vance Volume 3. It's like kind of a mystery graphic novel. and there's water in the background. And so I'm going to read that. For a book with green or brown, I'm able to read The Rise of Kyoshi. And I fit it for after those two. Literally, I'm gonna read the whole category in a row, but it's to start a book with a snack. And so I'm going to read The Rise of Kyoshi and eat a snack while I do it. I'm gonna read them literally all in a row. And only one of them counts for Tome Topple, because Tome Topple also starts that week. But I'm really, really excited because that works out just so perfectly for me. So to recap, A in Care of Magical Creatures, which is to read a book with fire in the title or on the cover, I'm going to read Rage of Dragons. For E, to read a short book, I'm going to read Goldie Vance Volume 3, and that works for Avatar The Last Page Turner with a book with water. Rage of Dragons is for read a white book for the Air Nomad category. And then number 3, I'm going to read, for start a book with a snack, I'm going to read The Rise of Kyoshi, which works for the Earthbender group, to read a book with a green or brown on the cover. Boom, it works. I'm so proud of myself. I'm so excited, because how can you not read The Rise of Kyoshi in Avatar The Last Page Turner readathon? All right, I'm gonna get back to work now. Hi everyone, so I just finished work and I'm about to head back to my mom's house. And my plans for this evening are, my mom, my stepdad, and I had to put our dog down a couple weeks ago, and so we're spreading her ashes tonight, my baby. And then I'm gonna try and read a lot, if not all, of Queens of the Conquest. I would love to read all of it, but I don't know if I'll actually be able to, because like historical nonfiction can get a little slow and long, but it's not even, it's like 405 pages, so I should be fine, but we'll see. I will talk to you all later. Hi everyone, it's 11. I am about to go to sleep. I was really tired today, and I think a lot of the late nights are catching up to me. So I thought I would try and get a little bit of an earlier night. I am halfway through the Queens of the Conquest, and I am not loving it. It's following a bunch of different queens, and I thought it was all gonna be like at the same time, just like different plot lines basically, but it's following one queen after another, and I don't love that format. Thought there's gonna be a lot more kind of historical drama than there is. I think it's coming because 2 queens that we get the point of views of are rivals, and so I'm really hoping that we get some sort of something, because right now it's very boring. But I found the audiobook, and I tried the reading along to the audiobook like people do. I wasn't a huge fan. It didn't really work for it. Worked, and actually kept my attention better, but I wasn't a huge fan. So I think I'm going to finish The Rook tomorrow. I only have like 4 hours and 45 minutes left, and I listened to it at 2.7 times speed, so I'll be able to get done with that within 2 hours. And I'm really, really excited to see what happens there. And then I will pick this guy up on audio. But I'm going to try and get some sleep. Tomorrow I'm going to start Where Dreams Descend by Janela Angeles. And that goes for NEWTS, to read a book set in winter, set in a frozen setting, and I'm hoping it's winter, but I'm counting it anyways. And then for Avatar The Last Page Turner, it counts towards the Fire Nation prompt to read a book with a Latinx main character by a Latinx author. So yeah, I'm really excited about it. I'm gonna try and read it all tomorrow. Not try, I am going to read it all tomorrow. It's an arc that I have, and I'll let you know how I feel. Bye. Hi everyone, it's Wednesday. It's not even morning, it's like night. It's almost 9, and I just have some updates. I have finished The Rook by Daniel O'Malley, which I loved it. I thought it was so good. I highly suggest it. I love the world. I love how it's supernatural within the real world, and like how just the plot went and all the supernatural aspects to it. I had such a good time, and I really want to get the second book. I wish it kind of felt almost like it was gonna be like this huge, like long mystery-ish series, but I think it's really just the 2 books, and that bums me out. But I loved it.
I thought it was so good. So I'm giving it a 5 out of 5 stars. This went for Defense Against the Dark Arts to read a horror or a thriller. There were definitely some horrifying parts to it. Like, it got pretty gruesome, but it was definitely a thriller, I think. And then I am almost 40% into Where Dreams Descend by Janela Angeles, and I'm loving it. I'm also really liking this one. This is like so great because I feel like I didn't have the best start to this readathon, but now it's like so many books in a row. I'm like, this is amazing. This is so great. Queens of the Conquest I have not made any more progress in because I was finishing The Rook today. But tomorrow and Friday I will be listening to it, and then hopefully even more, maybe Saturday, Sunday. I'm gonna try and finish it by Friday, but we shall see. Now I can give you a better synopsis because I was like, I had no idea. So it's about this girl who is like a showgirl almost, but like with magic for this guy. He also has magic, and she escapes because she really wants to enter this competition to become like a magician in this circus. And she is the only girl with 9 guys who are competing, or they auditioned and they're the ones who got through, and there's someone out there trying to like sabotage her, and the judges don't really like her because she's a girl, except like one really likes her and one has like grudging respect for her. But it's really good. The writing's super good. The world is really interesting. The magic, I wish there was a little bit more of like the rules, because there's no rules. It's kind of like there's not much of an explanation of the magic. It's just like they can do magic. But other than that, so good. Hi everyone. It is Thursday. It's just hit almost it is about to be 2, which is when my lunch shift or my lunch break ends. And I thought I would update you guys on what I've read. So I have not finished When Dreams Descend. I am really liking it still. I just ended up taking a little bit of a break last night, and then I'm here today, but I am 92% of the way through now. I only have like 40 pages left. I'm really hoping to finish it by the end of the day because I really want to start Season of Storms, one of the two, by Andrzej Sapkowski. It's the prequel to The Witcher. I am really excited about it. I really liked most of the Witcher books. I did not like the last one. Hated the last one. Literally hated it. Probably my worst book of the year with disappointment-wise. I thought it was just a terrible ending. There was supposed to be, there were so many different things to like happen and wrap up, and I thought that they were all done really, really badly. Let me know if you agree or like why you liked the last book, because I just thought it sucked. All of the reunions that had been like building up and all these scenes that were building up to, and the climax. I just remember like the climax, it felt like it happened like halfway through the book, and then the rest of the book just felt absolutely unnecessary, especially some things that happen. And it just was I thought it was just such a disservice to the characters, the world, and the plot. But this is a prequel, and I'm really excited. And I'm hoping that we get to like see how he meets like Jaskier, which in the books is Dandelion. But I really hope we get to like see that, because when the book series actually started, I'm pretty sure they were already friends. And so I'm really hoping that it's not just Geralt in this. Like there's some of the characters that we know and love, as well as Geralt. But even if there isn't, I'm super pumped because it's going kind of back to like the beginning and the heart of the story, because I definitely liked the earlier books more than the later books in the series. But I will update you probably at the end of my workday when I finish Where Dreams Descend. Okay, so I just got home, and yeah, I did not update you, but I did finish When the Dreams Descend. And I enjoyed it, I did. I do wish a couple things. One, I wish the magic system was more explained, because you can be born with magic or you can like acquire it, and they never explained anything about how you actually go about acquiring magic. And I would have really liked to know like more of that, and like if magic differs, is born with magic stronger or anything, but they didn't really explain the magic at all, and I do wish that they did. And then what else? The romance, I don't know, I wasn't a huge fan of it. I liked both of the characters, but for some reason I just was not, God, my hair, just was not into the romance. And I might have liked it more if it was more of a steady progression, but it went from them like being grudging acquaintances to like being like super into each other. And I just wish we had that middle ground, and maybe they got together like the next book. But I am really excited for the sequel. And it was also, the ending didn't really make sense. It was super rushed, and I feel like nothing was resolved and nothing was answered. Like, it just kind of happened so fast, and I don't think there was any explanation for it, and I wish there was. But the next book I'm reading is Season of Storms by Andrzej Sapkowski. This is for the second prompt in Defense Against the Dark Arts to read a book with water or demons. If you're unfamiliar with The Witcher, it is about a man who is a part of a species called the Witchers, and they hunt demons for money. And so there's demons, and who knows, he might fight a water demon at some point. There will be water as well. But it's definitely going for demons, a prequel, which is about Geralt's first hunt. And I'm really excited. It's 420 pages, so 40 pages less than the last book I read. And I'm trying to read it tonight. We'll see. Because tomorrow I want to start Rage of Dragons for Tome Topple on Saturday. I'm hanging out with some friends tomorrow for I don't know how long, till like after work, until we decide to stop hanging out. So I don't know how much reading I'm gonna get done. So I'm gonna try and finish this tonight so I can just like start Rage of Dragons during lunch tomorrow and then read it for Tome Topple on Saturday. But I will talk to you all later.
All right, everyone, it's 12:30 and I just finished Season of Storms and I did not love it. I thought it was pretty average. I think I'm gonna give it like a 3 out of 5 stars. I just don't know why it was written, because I thought it was a prequel, but it's not. I think it takes place for the most part, between the first set of short stories and the second one, because Ciri isn't in it, but Yennefer is, and Geralt and Dandelion. But I don't really know why it's there. I don't think it did much for the overall story of the series, and it just kind of, I had a really hard time focusing for some reason. Like, I focused really well on the first like 125 pages, then like I took a huge break to like shower and get dinner and everything, and then the rest of the pages were kind of a blur, I'm gonna be honest. And it just, yeah, I didn't love it, which is pretty disappointing. I didn't hate it like the last book, but I did not love it. It does work for both read a book with demons, because there's monsters, which aren't demons, but they do talk about demons. And then it does, like, part of it does take place in and on the water. So, boom. And the next book I'm going to pick up, it's under a stack of a couple books, is Rage of Dragons by Evan Winter, which goes towards read a book with fire on the cover and the title, I think, and then read a book by a Black author. And read a white book. The Black author is for Tome Topple. Read a white book is for the Air Tribe, the Air Nomads, for Avatar: The Last Airbender readathon. I don't know anything about it. I know it's like a revenge tale, that's it. But I will talk to you all in the morning. Good night. Woohoo!
Hi everyone. So it is Friday, and it's 1:30, so I'm on my lunch break. I'm about to get a little shut-eye for 30 minutes, but I read 65 pages of The Rage of Dragons, which got me to the point where it's now at 500 pages that I have left, which I'll read for the Tome Topple, because for Tome Topple the rule is anything over 500 pages. So there we go. And I just finished Goldie Vance Volume 3 because I remembered one time I watched a vlog or something of G from Book Roast, and she said as long as you've started the book in the prompt before in the same category, you can finish the next book. So I finished Goldie Vance Volume 3, and this is definitely my favorite so far. I really like the blooming friendship between Goldie and this other girl. I think they're really cool, and I really like the romance. It's very small, but it's a great romance. And yeah, so it was really good. I'm giving it like a 4.25 out of 5 stars. And so the 65 pages that I've read of The Rage of Dragons, I enjoyed. It's really action-packed already. I'm really excited to see where it goes from here. I don't really have anything to say because I still, you know, the only thing I know about this book is I think there's a revenge plot, and that might be wrong. I might be totally wrong. But I'm really excited to keep reading it. Oh, update. So I came up with an idea. I had an idea. So along the lines of you started some things, and even if you haven't finished it, you can start the next prompt. So the prompt after Queens of the Conquest for arithmancies to read a book that ends in an uneven number, and I'm listening to the audiobook for In the Realm of the Gods by Tamora Pierce. I'm more than halfway through. I'm really enjoying it. So I picked that up because I realized that Queens of the Conquest is, even though you don't fully read over 500 pages, the book itself is 600 pages, which counts as a tome. And so I'm going to listen to the audiobook of it, or the rest of the audiobook that I have left. I'm going to listen to that during Tome Topple. Mind blown. I mean, seriously, I was like, oh my god, there we go. So that goes towards the audiobook prompt. And so I'm going to listen and finish The Realm of the Gods today during work. And then I'm also going to try and listen to, it's only an hour, but for read an impactful book. It was going to be White Fragility, but it's like I'm on hold for it, when it used to be I could borrow it for like literally months, and then I just put it off until now, and now I have to be on the wait list. So I picked up, I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's like The Feminist Manifesto by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. And so I'm going to listen to that. It's only an hour, and so that'll probably be like tomorrow. Or if I finish this book here, then I don't know, when I'm driving, which I guess will be tomorrow because my friends are coming over. But yeah, so that's my plan. And so that works out totally perfectly. I'm so excited that this was the idea that I had. And so yeah, I'm gonna continue Rage of Dragons probably tomorrow, start the Feminist Manifesto and finish, and then also finish The Realm of the Gods. But yeah, so everything works out, and I am on my way to having a successful time. I was getting a little nervous there because no, when I was late on finishing When Dreams Descend, and then Season of Storms wasn't very good, I was like, whoa, this is a lot. But it all worked out. So I will talk to you probably tomorrow. Hi everyone, it's Saturday. My hair is a mess, but that's fine. That's fine. We're just gonna deal with it. It's Saturday. My plans for the day aren't much. Really, my biggest plan is to go sit outside and read Rage of Dragons. I'm 65 pages into it, which means I have exactly 500 pages left. And it's also the first day of Tome Topple, which is very exciting. I am not all the books I'm going to be reading this few days and then the coming week are going to be tomes. Most of them are, but not all of them, because I just have to read other books that I need for NEWTS and Avatar: The Last Page Turner. But this goes towards Avatar for the Air Nomads, and is to read a white book, because there's a lot of white on this cover. The 65 pages that I read, I enjoyed, and so I'm really excited to continue. But first, I thought I would unbox a package. I'm really hoping this is one of 2 books that I bought, but it's very thin, so I think it's gonna be not the one that I was hoping for, and that makes me sad. But let's see, because it was supposed to come before this one. Oh. Haha. Yep. So this one I'm still excited for, because I'm going to participate in the Alice in Wonderland readathon next month, and the group book is The Train to Impossible Places by P.G. Bell. And this I don't know much about. I just know there's a train that's like run by trolls or goblins. Here's the little blurb. It says, a train that travels through impossible places, a boy trapped in a snow globe, and a girl who's about to go on the adventure of a lifetime. I'm really excited. I really enjoy this cover. I like the front and the back also. I like all these characters on the back. I just really like this cover. And so I'm really excited to pick it up during the Alice in Wonderland readathon. It is a month long. I'll leave Jade from JD Ray Reads' announcement video down below, but it's month long. I'm going to take a week and read all the prompts, because it's only like 5 prompts, and so I think I'll be able to do that just fine, especially because it's all middle grade. And I do have a few middle grades that I want to get to next month, so I'm super excited about it. So yeah, the other book that I'm waiting for, I'm hoping will come like today, because it was supposed to come yesterday and this was supposed to come today. At least that's what Barnes & Noble was showing me. And that's Midnight Sun by Stephanie Meyer. And I'm so excited. That's the first book I'm planning on reading in September. And I'm gonna do like a specific reading vlog for it, where I read it and like give a review and everything. So definitely stay tuned for that, but that's not coming till August, or that's not coming till September, and it's like, what, the first week of August? So yes, but I am really excited to pick this guy up. And then I forgot to tell you that I finished In the Realm of the Gods by Tamora Pierce, and I don't know how I feel about it. I think I feel very average about it. I did feel like it kind of wrapped up a little easy, even though there was like a huge fight. I just like, I don't know, I thought there was gonna be more to it. And there was a romance that like, I don't know. I feel like, yes, I get why people would like it, and like, if the age difference wasn't so huge, I'd be all for it, but it is big, and they talk about it, and it's like, yeah, like I just find it very uncomfortable, especially with how long they've known each other. Like he's known her since she was like 12 or something, and I'm like, that is so young, and she's 16 in this. And I'm not gonna say anything else about, like, you know, it was just like, I kind of wish I'd known it going in, so that one, I could read it like and try and get behind the romance, because they didn't really, it wasn't even really a thing until this last book, and all of a sudden it was very obvious. I was like, oh my god, this is endgame. Like, he's gonna be the endgame for her, even though it wasn't really, like, they were friends throughout the whole series, but I never saw them as romantic interests until this book. And I'm like, I wish that there had been a little bit more lead up because of the huge age disparity. I was like, I wish they would have sold me on it from the beginning, which they didn't. I thought they were just gonna be like friends, and then they weren't. So I don't know. I gave it a 4 out of 5 on Goodreads, but I think it's more a 3.5, just because I thought it wrapped up too fast. And the romance I just didn't think was super foreshadowed, and then it's just like, it's very, I don't know. Let me know if you've read this series and like your thoughts on the romance, because I didn't love it. But I'm gonna go downstairs. It's really beautiful outside, so I'm gonna go outside and I'm going to read The Rage of Dragons. And then before I forget, I also finished Dear Ijuele, a Feminist Manifesto today when I was driving to my mom's house. I really enjoyed it. I thought it brought up a lot of really good points and really good messages. Definitely suggest it for anyone who's trying to dip their toes into feminism. I haven't read any real feminist like novels and like that are just geared towards feminism, and I thought it was so good. I'm giving it a 5 out of 5 stars, and I definitely suggest it. This is actually my first Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie book novel, which is really surprising to me because she came to Ithaca College and I was able to meet her, and I just hadn't read anything by her, even though I've known about her for so long. And so I'm so excited that I was able to pick it up. I thought it was really interesting because it talks more about Nigerian culture, because she's Nigerian, but she relates it to like Western culture, and I thought it was just really fascinating and sad. I'm just sad. Everything that's like geared towards feminism and how women are put down makes me sad and angry. But yeah, so good. And that goes towards read a book that you think will have an impact on you. And it's after Lady Rogue, which is to read a comedy, which I think are very funny, like how Lady Rogue, like read a comedy, then read an impactful book. And I think it's like Muggle Studies or History of Magic, one of the two. So yeah, and I really enjoyed it, and I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. Okay guys, it's an hour later. I've read 100 pages of Rage of Dragons. I'm on page 165, and it's okay. I feel like the main character has made some really stupid mistakes. Just moronic, like attacking the heir to the throne, sort of moronic, and then getting super angry when there's consequences. And I'm like, okay, well dude, like, you attacked the heir. And I don't think that's a spoiler, because one, it happens in the first 100 pages, and also like I think the actual synopsis has something about like he does something, and you know, it's all about a tale of revenge. And I just think that the reason why he wants to get revenge is a really stupid, like, it's all your fault, dude. Like, you decided to do this and now you're angry that there was consequences, which kind of annoys me. And then also I thought he'd be a better fighter, because he is part of this fighting group. His dad's like the best fighter in the land, and he's taught by his dad and trained with like the second heir, so like the crown prince's brother. And I'm just like, you should be better than you are at fighting. And like,
I don't know, like, I don't think he's good enough for what his training should have made him to be, because he's trying to get into this other school. I don't even know where he is or like what he's doing. He's fighting to be qualified for this group, and I don't know what they do, but it's like something, like literally nothing's really explained. There's no world building, and I'm just like, so you have to fight, you have to like be tested, and I'm like, dude, why aren't you good? Like, why aren't you good? You were supposed to be like, you were trained with the prince and you're like his right-hand man. You guys are like sword brothers. You were trained by your father, who's the best swordsman in the land. Why aren't you better? Because he's like making novice mistakes. And I don't know, I guess like I just don't get it, and maybe it's like a girl thing, honestly, I don't know, but like they keep like, to get inside their opponent's head, they keep like talking smack about their moms. I'm like, are we 12? Are we 12? I'm like, are you kidding? Like, come on, no one believes that. So how about you just don't let him get in your friggin' head, you idiots. Like, literally, I just think that I'm like, are you guys 12? It feels kind of like a 12-year-old boy wrote this and was like, oh, I'm gonna say like, oh, but your mom did this, and oh, that's gonna make them so angry. And I'm like, okay, like, calm down. You're grown men, you're warriors. Talking about your mom should not get you this riled up. It really, really shouldn't. And he's a bastard. Like, he was born, his mom, I think, cheated on her husband, or because women are higher up in this world, maybe, like, she doesn't have to stay loyal. I don't know how this worked, but his mom is like a highborn and his dad's a lowborn. So people like keep calling him like lowborn trash and like dreg or drudge or something, and it really gets to him. I'm like, dude, I don't even know how old they are, but it's like, you can't let this get to you. You gotta let it just blow right over, because guess what? People are gonna say it about you your entire life, and you better get friggin' used to it. And you think he would be, but he just still lets it get to him. And I'm like, these are rookie errors, and you're supposed to be like highly trained and highly qualified, and you're supposed to be like the right-hand man of the second in line to the throne. And I'm like, why are you so immature? And why are you making such stupid mistakes? I mean, like, the writing is good. The writing itself is good. There needs to be more world building. There needs to be more of a plot, and there needs to be more explanation, because honestly, he's like competing to be part of this like group, and I don't even know what the group is. And it just doesn't really make any sense to me. And it kind of, with all these insults and stuff, it kind of feels like a 12-year-old boy wrote it. I am going to continue because I am interested enough. And I think I'm interested because they haven't given us any information. And so I'm like, okay, what's happening? What's going on? What's the plot? What's the world? What is he competing to be in? Like, what's gonna happen once he's part of this group? And so, and I know he like swore revenge. And honestly, he just like, I mean, just this whole time has been filled with this character Tao making the stupidest mistakes. And we'll see. Not loving it, but I'll talk to you later. Hi everyone, I finished the book. I am so disappointed, and that's because, so I went in thinking, okay, either I'm gonna love this or hate this. And I'm not disappointed because I hated it. I actually really like the plot, the world, the supporting characters, the writing. I think everything is super strong, except I despise the main character. He's just so annoying and self-righteous, and like, he just keeps making so many stupid mistakes, and there was no character development. I'd really hope that at the beginning he was like, I'm gonna kill them, and I'm so angry, and I'm not gonna do anything with my anger but kill them. And I was like, okay, well, hopefully throughout this 560-page book, he'll realize that some of the people that he's going after have absolutely no power. Just like him. They might be highborn, but they have no power. So, like, yeah, one of the three, yeah, no, he deserves it. He's super high up. He's got all the power. He's the one who ordered his father's death. But the guy who actually, like, did it, he had about as much power as our main character does. And it's not his fault. And it's just, like, I was like, are you kidding me? Like, dude, you need to get over yourself. And he just screwed everything up for his whole group, and it just drove me insane, and I hate him. I hate him. I don't think I've really ever felt this way about a character that you're not supposed to hate. You know, he's not a villain. He's not the main antagonist. He's supposed to be the guy that you're rooting for, but I hate him. I can't stand him. And I'm okay with, like, unlikable main characters if there's, like,
I don't know if I can connect with them on some way or I can understand where they're coming from. But this guy, he's so just like, oh, you know, oh, all this stuff has happened to me, and oh, and like if he's trying to do something about it for his, like, for all lowborns, I get it more, but he literally told another lowborn, he's like, it's too late to actually try and change anything. He's like, I just want to kill them because I'm angry. It's like, no, he's not even trying to like make a difference for his people. He just wants revenge. He's literally like, no, it's too late to even try to make a difference. That's not what I'm about. I'm just trying to kill some people because my dad died because of some stupid thing I did. And he also, like, so in this world, women are the only ones who can have this gift. And I'm not going to go into it because at least what I found was that it's not really explained until like 200 pages in or something. And so I'm not going to explain it, but only women have this magical gift. And I'm like, yes, only women, love that. And he's like, well, that's not fair. It's like, fuck off. Like, he just... he's so whiny and so just like, oh, woe is me. And people keep calling him out on it. They're like, oh my God, like, you haven't changed at all. You've just learned how to like fight better, but you're literally the same person at the from the beginning. I'm like, wow. So Evan Winter knows that. He gets it. And he's not doing anything for the main character to change. And it just... this book was too long to not have an ounce of character development. He just screwed over his whole group, and he doesn't care. He doesn't care at all. He has absolutely no remorse. He's such a dick to everyone, including the love interest. And it's just like, oh God, I can't stand the man. Couldn't stand him. Least favorite character maybe I've ever read. Hated him so much. So I don't know if I'm gonna continue the series when the next book comes out because I just couldn't care less about him. Couldn't care less. Couldn't care less what happens to him. Honestly, I want him to die. I want them to finally kill him for like all the things that they should have been trying to kill him for this whole time. So yeah, because of Tao, 2 out of 5 stars. So this is probably my last update for the day because I am going to dinner with my dad and my aunt who's in town and a few other people. So I have to get ready. I'm gonna take a shower and put on makeup and hopefully paint my nails. Probably paint my nails because they're super short and super grody. So I will probably, oh, so next on the agenda is The Rise of Kyoshi, which I'm so excited for. I literally read one section, like the 3 books in a row, because I started Rage of Dragons, finished Goldie Vance, volume 3, which is my favorite volume so far, and then Rise of Kyoshi, which is to read a book, start a book with a snack. So that's what I'll do. I don't know what the snack's gonna be yet. That'll be a tomorrow decision. It might literally be breakfast. Like, I think it's like start while eating food. So yeah, I'm super, super excited for that. I think hopefully I'm gonna love it compared to this. Anyways, I will see you tomorrow with the last day of this very long reading vlog. I'm scared on how long this is gonna be and how much editing this is gonna take. Because here's the problem that I have. Problem at my dad's house is that my internet is super, super slow. And I can't like upload a video there. It just doesn't work. I tried it yesterday. That's why my July wrap up went up so late, is because I tried it there and it quit like 5 times. It was like, nope, sorry, lost connection. And so I was like, good. So that's why I went up late, and I'm gonna just have to come here a couple days because I'm with my dad this coming week, and I'm just gonna have to come here a couple days just to be able to upload the video. I can edit just fine, but no uploading. Anyways, I will see you all tomorrow with the last day of this reading vlog. Bye. Okay, I thought I'd give you an OOTN outfit of the night. So here's my hair, and I'm wearing this dress. I'm gonna be wearing kind of sandal heels, but they're in my car, so I have to run and get them. But yes, so this is what I look like to go have dinner. I'm wearing this like half braid, like ponytail braid thing. So I will see you all probably tomorrow.
Hi everyone, it is 10:46 and I just finished The Rise of Kyoshi. I really, really enjoyed it. That was the revenge tale that I was hoping from The Rage of Dragons, honestly. she grew so much and she learned so much and she had great development, but she didn't lose sight of the bigger picture. And even though she had a goal of revenge, she still understood that if it was for the better of people that this person stayed alive, she would have left him alive. I'm juggling between a 4 and 5 stars, but on Goodreads it is a 5 out of 5 stars. I think it's a phenomenal book based off a TV show. I know those don't really usually work very well, but I thought this was really good. But to wrap up everything I've read this week, I have read 10 books this week, excluding the 24-hour readathon because that was a different vlog. I just decided to do that today. The vlog was literally already 30 minutes long, and so I was like, I might as well just separate them into 2 different vlogs, and I'll have one up on Monday and one up on Wednesday. Okay, hopefully that's better. I'm so sorry. I realized editing this last vlog, the fan was so bad. It was like, because it rotated at my dad's house, and anytime it hit the camera, it like made a sound, and it was just, oh, it's brutal. So I'm so sorry about that. Hopefully it'll be better going forward now that I'm more conscientious about it. But let's go over the books that I've read. First book after the 24-hour readathon that I read was The City We Became by N.K. Jemisin, which I gave a 4.5 out of 5 stars. Then I read The Midnight Bargain, which is one of the best books I've read this year, and I give it a 5 out of 5 stars. Then I finished The Rook by Daniel O'Malley, which I gave a 5 out of 5 stars. And then I should also be talking about the prompts for the NEWTS and stuff that this goes for, so great. City We Became is to read a book with sky in the title or on the cover. There is quite a bit of sky on it. And then for Avatar: The Last Page Turner, it is for the Earth Kingdom, and it's to read a book with a black main character written by a black author. Midnight Bargain by C.L. Polk is for read a book in like a historical setting, which even though this is a fantastical setting, it still definitely takes inspiration from more historical time periods. And honestly, if this goes towards an Avatar: The Last Page Turner prompt, I can't remember what it is, and I don't have my phone on me, so we're just gonna ignore it. Then The Rook by Daniel O'Malley goes towards read a horror or thriller. And again, I gave that 5 out of 5 stars. Then I read Where Dreams Descend by Janela Angeles, which for the NEWTS is to read a book in a wintry setting, and it is wintry. It's very cold. They continuously reference like how cold it is. And it goes towards the Avatar: The Last Page Turner for Fire Nation, and it's to read a book with a Latinx main character by a Latinx author. And I gave it a 4.25 out of 5 stars. Then I finished Season of Storms by Andrzej Sapkowski, and that is for the NEWTS to read a book with demons or water. It encompasses both, and it did not go towards Avatar: The Last Page Turner. Then I read Goldie Vance Volume 3 by people. I can't remember who actually like wrote it. And this was for NEWTS to read a graphic novel or like a short book or one of the two. And for Avatar: The Last Page Turner, it was to read a book with water in the cover, on the cover, which it's very much in the background, and it depends on the edition that you're reading, but there is water in one of them, and I count it. And then I finished The Realm of the Gods by Tamora Pierce, which was for the NEWTS to read a book that ends in an uneven number, and I gave it a 3.75, 4 out of 5 stars. Then I finished Dear Ijewele, or A Feminist Manifesto in 15 Suggestions by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, and this was for read an impactful book, and I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. Then the second to last book I read this week was The Rage of Dragons by Evan Winter, which goes towards for NEWTS to read a book with dragons, maybe. I think that's it. I think it's to read a book with dragons. And then for Avatar: The Last Page Turner, it is to read a book with a white cover for the Air Nomads. And then the last book I read this week was The Rise of Kyoshi by F.C. Lee. Sorry, I've got my Goodreads pulled up so I can figure out the books I read. F.C. Yee. And this was for NEWTS to start a book with a snack, and I ate that raspberry scone earlier. And then for Avatar: The Last Page Turner, it is for Earth Tribe to read a book with the green on the cover. And it definitely has green, and I'm so excited that I was able to read it during Avatar: The Last Page Turner for the Earth Nation. Like, it all worked out really well. But yes, that is it for this week. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Bye.